All right, class. So wasn't that a great story? I just love if you give a mouse a cookie. So now I'm going to show you how to summarize the story, because it's a little bit long for us to retell if we wanted to tell our friends about it or tell another teacher or our parents about what we did today. So we're going to start out by going through this chart, and you guys are going to be able to tell me some of the important details. So the first detail is the setting. So where do we think this is set?
A boy's house.
You're right, it is at the boy's house. All right, and who are some of the characters in this book? Who did we see?
The mouse and the boy.
You're right. The mouse and the boy. And did the little boy have a name? He didn't, did he?
No.
So, was there a problem in this story?
Yes.
Yeah, what was the problem?
The mouse wanted more.
Right, the mouse was kind of greedy and a little bit selfish, wasn't he? All right, and so during the book, the problem got worse and worse and worse, but then it got better. How did it get better? What was the solution?
The mouse was satisfied.
Right. So, those are just like the main points that are super important to the story. But was there anything else in the book that we thought was really important and deserves to be put in our summary?
The mouse made a big mess.
He did. He made a really big mess, and he made it with food and with stuff from the bathroom and with cleaning products. My mom would have been mad at me if I made that mess. Was there any other details you guys thought were important?
The boy cleaned everything up.
The boy did clean everything up. Is that it? Do we think those are the most important details of the whole story? I think so. So, now that we have the basics taken care of, I'm going to attach this right on this wall so that you guys can use it when we're making the rest of our story. So, when you're making a summary, first you have to collapse the text, which is when you take a bunch of really specific details and you shrink it down into smaller words. So for instance, if we were doing running, playing soccer, playing basketball, we could just include all of those into the word sports. So that's how you do collapsed text. And you also want to use a topic sentence that includes all of the main topics. So for this story, we might want to do something like, if you give a mouse a cookie, we could just borrow it from the title. And then the next step is to delete details. So there are some things in the book that might not have totally been necessary if we were going to retell the story in a shorter form. Like, we don't have to say everything that the mouse did to make a mess. We can just say that he made a mess. The next step is to collapse paragraphs. And this one is used more for more advanced books, but ours didn't really have paragraphs. But when you do that, you take maybe a big chunk of text and you're going to shrink it down into just one sentence and get the main points from it. And the last step is to polish the summary, because you really want to make sure that you're getting exactly what you want from the story and that it looks nice and put together. So next, you guys are going to be able to tell me your very own summary. So we're going to start out, And you guys can say whatever you think. So what do you think our topic sentence should be?
The mouse was hungry.
The mouse was hungry, and that's what started the whole mess. What came next? After the mouse got hungry, what did he do? And what did the little boy do when the mouse said he was hungry?
He gave him a cookie.
He did give him a cookie.
And then he made a mess in the house.
Yeah, he made a mess. A big, big mess. What happened next, class?
The boy cleaned up the mess.
You're right, he did. And what happened after that?
The mouse drew a photo.
Mouse did draw a photo because he wanted to occupy himself while the little boy was cleaning up. Alright, and what else happened?
The mouse ate another cookie.
He ate another one. I bet that's how he was satisfied, and that brings us to our solution. You guys did such a great job summarizing that story. I really liked everything that you had to say. So now, you guys are going to get the chance to summarize your own stories. So, when I let you go to your writing stations, you are going to pick a book, one that you've read before, and you can use the things that we learned that I have posted on the wall right here, and you can write your own version of the story. And remember, it's shorter, so we're taking out some of the details. And make sure you go over each of the steps that we talked about. So, I'm going to release you based on the color of your shirt, and you can go sit down. So if I could have my friends in blue shirts go pick a book and sit at their writing station. If I could have my friends in green shirts go pick a book and sit at their writing stations. And if I could have my friends in white shirts pick a book and go sit at their writing stations. I'll be walking around in case any of you need help with summarizing or with deciding which words would be best to use. So just raise your hand if you have any questions and I'll be happy to help.